So today's the first day of the fair, I guess. Cuenca days going on, as you can see. So I'm going to do a little recap on what we've been seeing, okay? Now, last week we stood in the roar of the lion, and we found the identity that we're called to fulfill. But a lion with a great roar and no vision, well, it's just noise. Today, the king is lifting the frequency. So we're a little bit over a month from the World Cup. Anybody fans of soccer in the house? Really? Wow. Soccer, FIFA. No? Wow. Football. Oh, there you go. Curiously enough, I'm not that big of a fan of soccer. I'm more into NFL. But thank you. But I do enjoy watching the matches because of the passion of the fans. Yeah, it's awesome. You'll hear all the yelling, pass the ball, take the shot, are you blind? Yeah, you'll get that. It's great. Do you know anybody like that, with a passion? I'm married to one. So the last World Cup, my wife was the one that was, today, so-and-so plays against so-and-so. And I'm like, so? It's like, no, you have to watch this. And yeah, you get hooked. You get hooked after a while. So on one occasion, I was able to go to Estadio Azteca. Okay? So in case you don't know, one back. There you go. In case you've never seen it, this is Estadio Azteca. This is the largest professional stadium in the Americas. Okay, from Canada down to Argentina, this is the largest professional stadium at 90,000 people. Wow. And it is followed by MetLife Stadium, which is at 82,500 people. Yeah, I did my homework on this. MetLife. No, this is the biggest professional stadium in all of America.
Where?
Oh, Mexico City.
Mexico City?
Yeah.
You didn't tell us that.
Oh, I didn't say that? I'm sorry. I thought the Azteca would explain itself, but okay. Yeah, it's the Aztec Stadium. It's the largest stadium in the world, in America. The second one is MetLife, and MetLife is in New York. This one is in Mexico City. The second biggest is in New York. But it's also ranked as the highest intimidation factor. Okay, it's the most intimidating stadium in international football history. Okay, so you go in there and literally you feel it. You really, really feel it. So one day I was invited and allowed to walk on the field of that stadium. And I realized something. And I realized something. What you see when you're on ground level is very different than what you see when you're up top. Your vision when you're on ground level is quite limited. But as I walked up the steps higher and higher and higher, I realized that the vision of the field was wider and better. And that's why way up top are the suites, right? That's where all the owners are. Because the higher up you go, the better the vision. Make sense? Mm-hmm. And that got me thinking, a lot of us live at ground level. See, it's not the same thing being on the field with the ball and trying to, see who to pass it. Up top, you might see that it's open on the right, but I can't see that. because all I see are the problems right in front of me. That's all I see. I don't get the vision. Okay? You see the bills, you see the traffic, you see the crisis. But the king says in Exodus 19:4, I carried you on eagle's wings. Why? Well, because from the heights, the obstacles are just a landmark. The big obstacle that you might see right in front of your face right now in your life, as soon as you start getting a better vision, becomes nothing. It becomes a speck in your life. And from the heights, just like in the field, you don't see problems, you see opportunities. Okay? So as a spectator, when you're up there, you can actually see the opportunities of people down on the ground, down in ground level, cannot see. Make sense? So, most of us are frustrated because we are trying to live in a country we don't understand. Even if you're from Ecuador, I don't care, you probably don't understand your own country. Okay? I don't care where you're watching us from. We basically ignore the government, or we ghost it, and then we wonder why the infrastructure of that government isn't working for us. Okay? So let's start wrapping all the ideas up. Priority is power. Harry said it, then I said it, and I hope you say it. As a matter of fact, turn to your neighbor and tell them, priority is power. Go ahead.
Priority is power.
Okay?
Priority is power.
Follow me. So, if you invade a house, like the true story I told you, if you invade the house and you don't pay the light bill, the darkness isn't the devil. It's not somebody put a curse on you. Nah, you just didn't follow the law. Get it? You don't blame it on the devil. Poor guy. I mean, seriously. He gets blamed for things that we are responsible for. If you don't follow the law, you pay the consequences. Okay? Many of you are fighting right now a spiritual warfare against a darkness that is actually you disobeying Allah. Okay? And I know that's not a comfortable truth. I've gotten complaints ever since I started with this series of people saying, that's bad. And I'll tell you why, because it implies that we are also responsible for the results in our lives. It's not just a God thing or a devil thing. No, it's our thing of following God's laws. Amen?
Amen.
God, our King, has provided us with purpose. It has provided us with talents, and He has given the rules of engagement, the laws of life. He has given us, in other words, all we need to succeed. So if you don't take the time to know the laws, in other words, the rules of the game of life, if you will, and you start breaking those laws, well, you can't turn around and blame God for your bad decisions. When I was back in university, I'm still attending university, but now it's for the 4th or 5th career, I don't even remember. But when I was young, and thank you. Amen to that. When I was young, I would be at school and I would have a lot of my, schoolmates pray up the night before the exam. And then they would flunk the exam, and then they would blame God for it. I'm not joking. And they would say, you have a connection with God. You get A's. No, I study, dude. That's what I do. I study. I do the homework. You don't break the laws and expect the reward. Amen?
Amen.
So when you seek the kingdom first, you aren't just doing a religious activity. You are taking the time to know the rules of the game. So when you get on the field of the game of life, you know how to score. Amen? If you don't know the rules, you don't know the laws, it's exactly the same thing of you knowing and being a very good basketball player and then going onto the soccer field and then complaining when they kick you out of the game because you picked up the ball with your hands. Okay? And you're saying, but I'm really good at basketball. Yeah, but this is a soccer field, dude. Amen? Okay, so listen to me carefully. The king provides everything for you because he is faithful to his word. In a kingdom, provision isn't a reward for being perfect. It's a natural result of being connected, of always talking to him. Don't wait just for Sundays. You walk down the street, talk to him. You don't have to do it out loud. That's what people call prayer. Connect with him. You'll be surprised at the response he gives you. When an ambassador for the kingdom of heaven walks through the streets of your city looking stressed and defeated, it's not because the king has failed, it's because the ambassador has dropped their altitude. Okay? The birds don't stress, they sing. The fish don't toil, they swim. And eagles don't peck on the ground like chickens, they soar. Because they trust the system the Creator built for them. As an ambassador, you aren't just a servant, you're a legal representative of a superior economy. When you align your heart with His treasure, you stop begging for survival and you start operating in authorization. You don't chase the harvest, you simply stay aligned to the King's laws and His good character. And believe me, He is a good Father and just a very just King. And when you are on His business, His entire system is backed by His promise to sustain you. It's about His integrity. And His integrity turns into your peace. Amen?
Amen.
So today we are resetting the first variable, and I want you to stop being on the field and start climbing to the highest level of El Azteca of your life. Take a deep breath and start seeing the whole game. See the opportunities. Apply the laws that our King, your Father, has provided. Watch the difference in the results when you, just like the pilot, tune into the frequency of the heights of the tower of your King. Amen?
Amen.